what's up guys? Today we have some practical world advice and I'm just gonna dive into it because if you're looking at this video, chances are that you are looking for a solution to your problem. And I get it, because yesterday I had this SD card that shipped on me and I'm not even 100% sure how it happened. So you can see here, it is in fact chipped. This is where a piece of plastic should be, but is not. And on the front here you can see as well what it looks like. Here for comparison is an actual SD card with the bits that it's supposed to have and what it's supposed to look like, right? So we know what this is supposed to be. So in order to solve my problems, because as Angela Yu says, we are developers, we have all the answers. Of course, I Googled to see if somebody else had this problem, and someone did have a similar issue, which was that the little toggle, this little bit here, little gray thing, had fallen off of theirs. So what they found out was that basically it's the sizing of the SD card, which is important for whatever reader you're putting it into. Now, luckily, my camera can actually still read this. So my camera has no problem with it. And my camera does have Wi-Fi access, so I can back up everything that's on the SD card and send it to my computer or to my iPad or to my phone or whatever. So I did that first. So if you have this problem with a chipped SD card and you're able to get into it still any kind of way, make sure that you back it up. We want fault tolerance, we want increased redundancy, we want to make sure that you're still able to get whatever's on here. Just in case something goes wrong here. Now, if you want a temporary fix so that you can put this into your computer, which is what I wanted to do because there was a lot on it and I didn't feel like it takes a long time to send stuff through Wi-Fi. That's big files like this. So this is a computer fix. It's a temporary fix because it doesn't seem to last that long. Again, if your camera still works, you probably could still continue to use this SD card and then just do this temporary fix again to put it back into the computer. I wouldn't recommend it though. Just do it once, utilize the thing that you need to get the data off of it, and then get a new card. But I'm going to show you how to do the temporary fix now. All right, what we're going to be using today is just this kind of thick tape. So it's a little thicker than your average tape. It's more of a paper tape. If you don't have this kind of tape, that is totally fine. And I think something like regular Scotch tape and maybe a Post-it will work for this. So the first step was to cut a little line about, this is roughly, you can measure based on the width of my finger. So it's about the width of your finger. Because this is serrated and it's easy to tear, I'm just gonna tear about 3 serrated edges worth, right? The little serrated edges. I'm gonna tear about 3 of those. There we go. Came to about 4, but 3 would probably be ideal. Now, again, if you're gonna be using Scotch tape, you wanna just cut pretty much about that amount. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little tiny piece of tape, and around the area that is broken off, which is this section right here, nothing else, right? Just this section kind of around. So you see the edge bit, that is what we want to cover up there, but we don't want to cover up the actual data reading bit right here, the actual chip bits. All right, so the easiest way to go about this is to try and get it as close to, but not touching, your chip bits as possible, and then fold over the top. And with your excess, because there's a whole bunch of excess here, you see, I'm just gonna fold that over so that it closes in on itself and it's gonna stick to the front and I won't have to do any cutting if I'm lucky. There we go. So this is the fixed version now. You'll see that it's very, very slightly covering just to fill in the gap that is missing. And you'll see here on the front how it's just covering that gap bit, right? To test this out now that we've put this bit on here, we're gonna use an external SD card reader, one that I've had for a long time and don't really super care about, because you don't want to, if you can at all costs, avoid putting something actually into your actual computer, because this is not very stable. Honestly, it's a piece of tape and it's not very stable. And it could come off in your SD card reader and you don't really want to, like, it's not the worst thing that could happen, depending on how far it could potentially get stuck up there. But this is less, probably $10 or less that I got this several years ago, and it's probably the best way to go about this. We're going to test our theory and see if it works. So works. Yay, that's it. I hope that this helps you guys if you run into the issue of your SD card shipping. Yeah, but like I said, this is a temporary solution. Do not count on this to last you forever, and replace your SD card as soon as you possibly can. Okay, that's it. Love you guys. Bye.